attacks against Trump into something positive. HUD Secretary Ben Carson managed to turn the media vicious attacks against Trump into something positive. "Let me put it this way," Carson said, "I'm glad that Trump is drawing all the fire so I can get stuff done." Carson said that Trump did the right thing by fighting back the attackers who are pushing the story about Russian collusion with his campaign. Carson was a candidate for the 2016 GOP presidential nomination, and he knows how far Trump can go, and from his viewpoint, Trump hasn't crossed the line yet. "I think they've done well, given the level of frustration. I mean, can you imagine you've been elected president and the only thing anyone wants to talk about is Russia? Can you imagine how frustrating that is?" Carson stated. "People say he's wild with his tweets and things. I think he's pretty restrained under the circumstances," he stated. Carson said Trump has a very, very kind heart that the public rarely sees. "We're philosophically very well aligned. He knows a lot about housing. It's amazing how much he knows about it. But he's also a very kind-hearted person. You may not see that sometimes because he's reacting to things that other people are doing and saying. He sometimes reacts rather vigorously," Carson stated. Carson hasn't given up on the effort to overhaul of Obamacare through Congress by interacting with lawmakers. "I've already spoken to a number of people," Carson stated. "I made it clear that there are other ways to look at this, and when you guys get tired of arguing, maybe we could talk about that. I've talked to Democrats as well, recently," Carson stated, saying that he has discussed about the option of compromise when running into them or talking to them in their offices, or talking to them here. "I would hope in the long run that the Republicans would make a deal with the Democrats," he stated. "That was the problem with Obamacare. It was done by one party, and you have the other party constantly against it. That's the same thing that will happen if you pass it this way. At some point, we have to learn." When talking about issues that matter to his agency, he said that the goal is not to house the homeless but to help them improve their lives. "The goal is really to get these people off the streets where they're in danger, and where they actually cost society more than if you go ahead and take care of them," Carson said. "We also have to think about the fact that every single human being has potential, and I look at them as human capital, and if we develop that, we're talking about them becoming part of the engine, and if we don't develop it, part of the load." Please share this post on Facebook with your thoughts on this. What is your opinion on this? Scroll down to comment below.